fuel system, or the fuel tank, I should say, that might be on fire right now. This is a flaming ball of fire coming 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour on the 210 freeway. He's gotten all the way over to the side of the road. We're going to try to get in a little closer, maybe ahead of it if you can, just to see what's going to happen here. But that truck now is on fire, coming down, barreling down the 210 eastbound, and he's going to be going all the way to the side of the road. That's a problem, too, because there's a lot of homes there, and there's the hillside or the side of the road that could catch fire as a result of this truck continuing to barrel out of control down the freeway. This is good, Chris. And, wow, that's such a dangerous situation on the now he's going to go all the way across lanes. That's an off-ramp there, and he's going to stay on the freeway. I'm going to come wide to see if any of those sparks caused the fire. I don't see anything yet, but I'll keep an eye on that. A lot of homes there that are bordering. Fortunately, there's a sound wall there that will protect the homes, but the brush can catch on fire there on the side of the road. Doesn't take a whole lot, but this truck is now on fire, and there's a serious threat of this truck exploding due to the fuel tanks. And now smoke, heavy smoke, the truck slowing down, coming to a stop, the driver jumping out, having the door open, and there goes the driver over the freeway. He's going to go onto the oncoming lanes of traffic here. We're going to come out to a wide shot. He was able to get away from the cars there and made his way on the north side of the 210 freeway, coming up the embankment, and the CHP still on the eastbound side. The truck on fire, the driver going up the hillside there, and now he's just going to give it up. He can't go any further, and he's going to put his hands behind his back. The officers made their way across the freeway and now have the driver on that hillside with his hands behind his back. They have the driver in custody now. It was a very steep embankment there, and they were able to get him in custody. I'm going to come back out. We used our infrared system there to keep an eye on the driver there as they got him going, and there goes the truck fully engulfed in flames. The driver just couldn't go anymore. The cab probably filled with smoke, and that's when he bailed out. Let's avoid that smoke. Yeah. We're going to try to stay out of that smoke, but here's the truck on fire. Now, a problem for the fire department is getting access there. They may have to come westbound on the eastbound lanes of the 210 freeway to get access to this truck. But as you see there, westbound lanes still moving, eastbound lanes completely shut down. And the driver in custody on the hillside. We came over to look at the truck, but that driver is in custody. Fortunately, nobody was injured in this pursuit. The driver wearing out that front end until it finally caught the cab on fire. Now burning out of control. I see more units coming up the eastbound 210 freeway, but so far I'm not seeing any fire department. They've been called. They're en route, but may have trouble accessing this truck to put out that fire. It's just going to continue to burn for the time being, and this is going to be a SIG alert on the eastbound 210 freeway. All lanes shut down on that eastbound side. So far, the westbound side is still moving. News Chopper 4 Bravo. We are exclusive on this pursuit that started on the 60 freeway near the 71 freeway, and that's where we first picked up the chase. It was northbound on the 71 freeway when they did a spike strip just before we arrived on scene. The front end, the tires had worn off, and they were was on the rims for a while. Then it ground down the rims to the hubs, and the front end was just dragging along the 210 freeway here. And now it has finally caught fire. You're seeing CHP officers near the fire. It is consuming the entire cabin of the truck. The driver finally giving up. Very stubbornly, all the way down the freeway, the truck started to catch fire, still tried to go, came all the way over to the shoulder of the road, and then made its way over here into the almost the center divider, where he finally had to bail out because the smoke was in the cabin. And he jumped across the center divider, ran across the westbound lanes of the 210 freeway, up a very steep hill, and just couldn't take it anymore. The CHP caught up with him, got him in custody, and now it's a complete freeway shutdown on the eastbound lanes of the 210 freeway, and it's going to be like this for quite some time. We're waiting to see the fire department come in here and put that fire out, but the cab is completely burning away, and the items in the back, we'll see if there's any flammable items that looks like maybe some sort of engine or compressor. The CHP, we're hearing, is backing away from the truck now, and that lid that's up there looks like some sort of motor that could have some flammable substance on board. Again, this is a stolen truck. The license plates come back to a Arizona address. Let me know if you see any fire department coming down the freeway, Chris. Okay. Westbound lanes of the 210 freeway are now shut down. You see the flashlight there. That's the driver being escorted back by the California Highway Patrol officers who went after the driver as he ran off from the truck, jumped the freeway wall there and into the westbound lanes, was able to get across the freeway without getting hit, and couldn't go up the hillside, ran out of gas himself, and they were able to get him in custody. That's him there being walked back to the units. But here's the aftermath of what's going on. The truck fully involved in fire, and we're waiting for the fire department to arrive. In fact, they're coming down the eastbound. They were able to get into the carpool lane or the center divider. I'll show you that. That's the backup. Here comes the fire department, so they should have this out pretty quick. Hopefully they'll be able to get that and a heavy lift tow truck in place to get it out of lane so they can open back up the eastbound side of the 210. A lot of smoke coming up. If you live in this area and you have your windows open, you're going to want to close your windows probably from some pretty toxic smoke that's kicking up from this fire. You see the fire trucks coming into position, and they'll shortly have their hose lines pulled and knock this fire down. In the meantime, I'm looking back at the side of the road along the 210 freeway, as the driver was really close to the shoulder of the road at one point when it was on fire, and it looks like so far none of the brush has caught on fire along the freeway, and that's good news. a very dramatic end to this pursuit, a slow speed chase, really never reaching over 40 miles an hour. I think at one point it made it to like 45 miles an hour, but the drive in this pursuit was rather slow. We had a pursuit earlier tonight that was a super high speed chase in LA. This one here starting along the 60 freeway east of Diamond Bar, and made its way into Chino Hills, and then up the 71 into San Dimas, all the way up to the 210 freeway. And it was on the 210 freeway from the 57 that the sparks started to kick up on both sides of the truck from the rims, and the driver eventually wearing it down all the way to the ground, and that's what eventually started this fire. The truck, the driver bailing out, running across the freeway and being taken into custody. Yes. Okay, we'll do, shoot that. Hey, Chris, can you keep an eye on let me know if you see them hitting it with water. More police and fire coming down the freeway, fire trucks coming down the freeway. As we were looking at the backup, the backup's about a half mile along on the eastbound 210 and growing. Any water on it yet?